Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. All right, ladies and gents, we are back for more action here tonight. Nexus Gaming Series is pushing past midnight on the East Coast. A match that should have been cast at 9 p.m. Eastern. Murda slept through, so here we are late night bringing you a replay cast, and still joining me after our first set is none other than B-Train 704. How's it going, man?
It's going well. I'm hyped, pumped, and I'm ready for this cast.
So, Division A now. We're moving from Division D West over to Division A. Maybe a step up in some of the skill, maybe a step up in some of the strategy. But B-Train, nonetheless, we had a great set to start off our night, and potentially another really good one here for our second set.
Oh, absolutely. And with Div D bringing that Gazlo win rate up, you know, I'm really hyped for that, but I want to see if we can get that Gazlo win rate up in Div A.
So we have no idea what the map bans were. We're also not going to have the privilege of seeing our drafts in game. So we're going in blind, but I'm going to go ahead and launch this replay file. Hopefully, B-Train, you're here with me. I know Ox has issues with the replay system. We're crossing our fingers. Hopefully, we both stay in for this entire thing. But I'm loading us in. Game number 1 took place on Volskaya Foundry. And actually, I think these teams do need to get swapped. So I'm gonna take a quick pause and swap these team sides. So I do see PFM on the left here. So let me make sure I have that right before we're in game.
Yeah, I recognize some of the players on the left side as the Luxorian Sun players, and instantly the picks to me match up with what I saw banned against them in the series I casted a couple days ago.
Let's go ahead and introduce these teams. On the left-hand side, we got Luxorian Sun, Swoopster, the captain, going to be playing Alarak. At least I think he's the captain. Gravecrawler on the Cassia, Lexatulin playing the Johanna. I see Little Bex in there on what looks like a
10 seconds.
Cassia? And rounding it out on Varian is going to be Fatal Rampage. Once again, they are Luxorian Sun.
3, 2,
And on the right side, looking at PFM, hopefully I get these names right, we got Araya on the Stukov, Darabo on Jaina, The Stroke on Diablo, Zerisk on Zeratul, and in the bot lane, we got Mudge on the Sonya.
Oh, so Mudge just came through with a follow. Mudge dude in chat. Now I know who you are. Thanks for stopping in. Member of PFM. And watch this replay cast. Hang out with us here tonight. Arya, member of PFM, but also the manager of Regen. Been a friend of mine for a while. Got to hang out last year a couple times at BlizzCon as well. What a great member of NGS. What a great member of this team for PFM. They did so well last season. This season they're trying to pick it back up in Division A, but a different landscape here. Without the coastal split, Division A looking more like Heroic Division this season, with just everyone being thrown here in a big giant group.
Yeah, and instantly Diablo goes in, gets the charge in and the overpower onto Cassia. No kill quite yet. Touching a little bit on these level 1 talents. Alarak going the typical E build we see. Using telekinesis to steal a globe from Diablo. Thunderstroke for the Cassius, so really trying to embrace that that poking style. But the most interesting to me, and if you've watched my cast before, you'll know how I feel about this talent. Feast on Fear from Diablo, especially on this map, seems kind of worrisome to me, as every point you fight on is decently close to lanes, and globes are readily available at any given point of the game. As we see an invade for PFM, they already snagged their turret, and they're instantly coming over, looking to do the same for Luxorian Sun's safe side turret, but they actually look like they're going to back off.
It was good aggression. I really want to point out the stroke. Great anchoring there in that vent, and ultimately they end up figuring it's a little bit too risky. Now finding a charge is Diablo on Cassia. Roots here from Decker Kane might mean Zeratul is in trouble. Zerix is in there, but is able to warp right out. Now Fatal Rampage, the one in trouble, very low. He's about 100 health, surviving, but it's Alarak, the one who falls finally. Now this camp throwing some damage at PFM. They're still in here, and they're taking damage from enemy heroes and this fortification camp, but they end up getting the camp, getting the turret. Now in control of two, Darabo and Mudge in control. Shout out to Darabo also hanging in chat, letting us know about our map bans. Cursed Hollow and Alterac Pass were the two that were banned by these teams. But here we go. Control point A active, 20 seconds. B-Train early lead, 1 level for PFM, looking good here.
Yeah, doing a great job invading that camp, and they took theirs so early. One of the things I like to point out, especially in like lower division casts where maybe the macro and the camp control is not as strong, is taking that your fortification, your turret camp, as soon as it spawns, allows you to get a second one during the first control point. As we're gonna see Zera getting the big silence, or Zera getting silence comboed by the Alarak. The CC not quite enough, as we see PFM take control of this shrine for just a little bit, getting about 12%. Diablo able to sit up here and keep the percentage going, as the top camp is out for PFM. So not only are they sitting on 2 turrets with the possibility of a third, they have top lane camp pressure in their favor.
That camp pressure should probably be responded to by one of these heroes. Of course, they still have this channel, and then Hathors are backing off. Johanna's in here, still holding Iron Skin, playing on the front line, but hasn't had much reason to back up. There's not a ton of damage coming from Sonya, so it's going to have to be the Zeratul. So much melee damage here, and until Jaina gets going, it's kind of tough for Sonya and Zeratul to combo for too much, especially up against this Cassia, who can negate a lot of it, not only with the blind, but also a fend in their face, which is almost like a pseudo stun. Like, you have to move out of the way of the Fender. You just can take too much damage. So I like the response in this draft. Of course, we didn't get to see the draft, but I do like what I see here from Luxorian Sun. We'll see if they can make it happen as we head into the second half of this objective phase.
And right on cue, as we talked about, boom, turret number 3 as they burn 2, thwarting the aggression from Luxorian Sun, keeping control of the shrine as they had to send Variant top lane to clear that. And as soon as the members of PFM saw it, they were like, hey, free second turret. They snagged it and bagged it, and now they have point control and an item lead. Also, the Sonya going into full whirlwind build here with no actual hard stuns to stop her.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing twin blades instead of a taunt 2 games in a row, but here's a great fight right now from Luxorian Sun, picking up the first kill there on the most important hero. The Jaina is dead, looking for more. They're staying in here. Fatal Rampage and Cassia both trying to combo in here. Grave Crawler, one more shot on Diablo, and the stroke will be down, but he survives. Silence out on Sonya, who's still trying to spin in here, but unsuccessful is Mudge. PFM gonna have to back out. They were at 99% in an overtime situation, but Luxorian Sun walk right in and swing it right back and potentially bring this to a double overtime situation.
Yeah, Luxorian Sun needs to continue this aggression and grab this game by the horns as they clump a lot with that melee composition, and Zeratul's fleet build comes online. Is the huge Decker Kane is going to come out. Diablo sitting in the silence pool. Zeratul on the backline doing absolute work on Gravecrawler. He has to get away. The Zeratul cleave getting mega value on Rampage and Swoopster, who are both leading with sub 200 health, as Alarak's going to get the big silence. He is going to fall, as Decker is going to get the 2-man root onto the Jaina, and the Diablo is just getting chunked down by Fatal Rampage, swinging these 2 swords to victory, getting the health regen, and the Blizzard is going to come down to finish him. Sonya landing the big spear. Lots of damage coming out. Blows going both ways, but ultimately trading 2 members as the third is going to fall. Johanna biting the dirt, and that's going to secure this first protector. And if the Zeratul cleave is getting value now, wait for 16.
R.E. up. Stepping up, no one falling yet, or at least in that fight. They did lose one hero earlier, but no one falling there for PFM. Successfully grabbed this Triglav Protector, gonna whittle down the front wall on those turrets, march up to top, and continue getting value in this objective. Now a full level lead for them. Level 10's right around the corner, and exactly what they wanted on what really could have been an objective being handed over to Luxorian Sun. PFM finally finished the job, and you know, I'd say about an average amount of value here out of this protector between mid and top, getting the walls down in both, but not a lot of damage on the forts. Mean that is just going to be level 10 and no catapults quite yet for PFM.
Yeah, and Sonya is going to fall bot lane to Fatal Rampage. I watched that matchup a little bit earlier, and with the level 10 advantage, not actually did pop that Wrath of Berserker, still falling. Unfortunate, unfortunate turn of events there as they were doing so well in Soak. Diablo does get the overpower onto the Johanna, still gets rooted by the Decker, who did take Emerald as we see that huge 75 heal reduction hitting Stroke. So that could have a huge impact as it could negate a lot of burst heals from the Stukov.
And here are level 10s for Luxorian Sun. We're on even talents once again here on Volskaya Foundry. There are some camps on the map. Sonya and Varian looking at those. Fatal Rampage going to grab that first. Mudge and Arya comboing here for the other fortification on the side of PFM. And that should set item control even now. One turret apiece for these squads. Still the support camp. No one's taken it yet in this game. See if after 8 minutes it's time for that to happen. Of course, still sitting here with heroic talents. We haven't seen a fight break out with these yet. It's VP Ring of Frost for PFM trying to combo in. They don't have the APOC, but they might not need it. There's a Lightning Breath on top of 2. Swoopster gonna get saved by that, sorry, what's that called? The Stay a while on the list of Decker Kane. APOC not gonna connect on the VP, but it doesn't matter. They get a kill on Alarak anyway. Sonya in trouble. Mudge holding a turret, hasn't dropped it yet. Mudge, you gotta throw that down, my dude. Not gonna need to. The support is there again.
Unfortunate circumstance that ring whip. That would have honestly won that entire fight, but Zeratul fell to the lightning ball, got in immense amounts of value, as there isn't even a 2-man Decker route, as they do ward off the aggression, and they do take the support camp. So right now it's going to be 1 turret to 1, with the support camp in advantage to the side of Luxorian Sun. Good turnaround for them.
Looking at camps now, Zeratul on the right. On the left-hand side, we got Cassie over here with Decker Kane. Still haven't heard about control point B. We're getting close, and also closer these levels. Now level 12 is Luxorian Sun. But 13s might be here first for PFM and might be here before this objective phase, which would be huge for them. Timers on our camps down bottom, still a minute away. Those could also become talking point as we head into control point B, but still waiting for any action. And at mid, so close to 13, PFM searching for that XP.
Yeah, both camps top lane. We're going to see if anybody tries to make a move to clear it out first. It is looking to be PFM. The Jane and the Zeratul, they have lots of wave clear. Good warding from Stroke on the Diablo, scouting out that 4-man rotation. Sonya is coming up. She's an entire lane ahead of the Varian in rotation, as she does step back to clear that mid-wave. As Zeratul and Jaina are here as well. Fatal Rampage, really got to be careful here. The Singularity Spike is going to slow him down, as is all the Jaina CC. Blizzard going to be on the money, accepting his death. Fatal Rampage drops the turret, saying, you're gonna kill me, but you're not getting my items. And good smart play, even, recognizing that the rotation was there, as Lextalon comes in with a big flank on Johanna, getting the condemn. Decker is only gonna land on Diablo, which should help getting them out, as when he's rooted, he can't make that engage. So only losing 1 member. They do lose their turret, but they should still have the healing pulse. Yeah, Gravecrawler has that healing pulse on Cassio.
Healing pulse and look at them heading to this fortification camp as well, getting back that turret that Varian had to throw down. We do see these potions coming out from Decker Kane have been upgraded at level 13 to super healing potions. See if that gets any value. Top, there's some value. PFM grabbing first forward of the game. And this is up top where control point B is active. Counter-strike out, getting a lot of value. Darabo down quickly. VP only connecting onto, I believe that's Cassie and Alarak, but no Ring of Frost because Jaina is dead. Arya now trying to run away. And a lot of chase now. Biotic Emitter as well, helping support up as they finish off Mudge on the backline. Also looking to finish off Stukov, perhaps, who's sitting below 25% health. Lexington looking to hold him back with this condemn, but without Blessed Shield. Johanna not going to be able to have enough in the kit to lock in any more kills for Luxorian Sun. They're just going to drop back on the objective and start up their channel.
Yeah, that fight was all over the place. Sonya just spinning to win all through the backline, requiring so much focus to get her down. And we saw, even though they traded the turret for the fort, and then ultimately, ultimate abilities and a couple kills, Alarak did complete that level 1 extended lightning, the final reward, and he's sitting on 101 sadism. And Alarak in the late game, getting stacked up on that lightning quest, especially at 4, is going to do lots of damage. So something to keep your eye on.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this new art just for the Deckard Cain skin on these potions? Because I haven't seen this little like canteen looking strap. That's pretty cool. I like that. Another fight though, level 14 to level 14, pretty close on kills as well. PFM trying to get back in here. Another overtime situation in favor of Luxorian's Sun. This fight's breaking out top is Swoopster. Great stay a while and listen. Is there any combo damage coming on the back? No, but Ring of Frost connecting on two. Lightning Breath down as well. Varian first to fall in the fight. Swoopster's low on Alarak before he goes down. Takes Jaina with him. Gravecrawler, Cassia, you're gone. 2 for 1 in favor of PFM. They gain control of this top objective, control point B, and 30 seconds till Cassia is up. Might actually be able to get this objective for themselves.
Yeah, Ring of Frost actually hit 2 targets. It was great. It's a raw ring, which is kind of a pain to land with that donut shape. Unfortunately, hitting Varian and Alarak, the 2 heroes that have protected and invulnerable from their level 10 choices. So kind of an interesting thing to see in that fight. You know, obviously it still goes to the favor of PFM, but you know, if that VP combo, which is still up right now, hits with that ring in later fights, that's going to be an absolute menace.
There we go. Not able to get there in time are Luxorian Sun. So PFM, with already getting one structure down before this objective, are hopping in their second robot of the game. And so far, looks like they're just going to head towards mid, maybe walk all the way down to bot. Zeratul still up top, going to stealth soak him for the time being, but with level 16s here, I'd love to see some aggression come out. You had this objective, you have a talent here for just a moment, but it doesn't look like they're going to get too much value over the first 30 seconds of this objective.
Yeah, the Protector's still sitting with a minute left, and you know, at 98% when it hits the wall. Stukov is going to get condemned by Johanna, unable to keep that silence down on the gate. Good zoning from Joe. Has to burn the Iron Skin a little early. Zeratul still soaking in the off lane. Level 16 is online for both teams now. Johanna is going to get hit by the Stukov silence yet again, but with Jaina and Sonya in the Protector, not a lot of damage. Yeah, Zera's in here looking. We could see a VP combo here shortly. Going in, getting the Kobe fadeaway with the Singularity Spike on to Cassia, and now this is a 5v4 as the glove hits Varian, and good night, sweet prince. The VP coming out on Alarak, and you have 104 sadism, not for long, as he's gonna have to go to the right, juking and jiving, hitting the wall, gonna pop the counter strike, and that's goodbye sadism.
Outstanding team fighting underneath a fort. PFM finding 3 kills in that exchange. Get the fort. That's their second structure of the game. Now we're going to rotate up and work on an enemy fortification camp. So this is value after value. I can't see on my mini-map if the support camp's up, but I'm going to poke up here. Still a minute left until that's available for the second time, or third time rather. They're going to finish off the final fort, it appears, at mid. Still 10 seconds until Alarak's up. This thing's already almost dead, so all outer structures are currently down for Luxorian's Sun. How do they get back in this one, B-Train? It's looking pretty grim right now.
So, commonly on this map, you know, you have three of your forts down, your outer layer defenses are completely gone. It's soaking against you, but this fight on point C is an absolute just cluster. As you got these 2 turn belts, they're taking you in circles, they're moving people around, causing, you know, skill shots and, you know, CC combos to miss. And, you know, with Jaina being so focused on putting someone in a spot, and Stukov as well looking to get the silence, you know, if you miss those area abilities, the Varian and the Stukov and the Cassia have the mobility to just jet around, and they could honestly excel having that extra mobility on these points. So if this fight goes south, this Protector could get, you know, just reverse the entire momentum of this game.
PFM just 1 level away currently from those Storm Tier talents, taking a fight right on top of Alarak. Swoopster drew out the counter strike, but looks like he's gonna fall. Yes, he will. Biotic emitter drop by PFM. Ring of Frost as well. Only hits 1, but a great stay while and listen is gonna prevent any damage, but it doesn't matter because Varian's down. No more Twin Blades. Ball Lightning thrown out in response during this retreat from Gravecrawler, but not gonna be enough for a kill. PFM just gonna walk back, get this support camp, and we're only moments away from control point C being announced. So huge lead right now. PFM looking like they're about to take a huge lead in this game with their level 20 talent.
Hey, Zarisk, I just got a call from Harvard, and they told me that they have a full ride scholarship for you. They saw that VP you put on the Deckard, completely negating the stay a while and listen, and yeah, there's a couple SpaceX engineering programs that are really going to need those big brain skills of yours.
SpaceX. Man, doesn't stop with B-Train. This train is rolling past midnight. We have 8 seconds until control point C. Level 20s are here for PFM, and they're still playing aggressive. Look at this, hiding out near the fortification camp, waiting for anyone to rotate in. They got Zeratul in full stealth, holding vision. No one's going to walk past, but they're just going to take the turret. It might be all they actually wanted. But no, they find bottom. Trooper all by himself with Fatal Rampage down. Fatal Rampage now struggling to survive with his Twin Blades variant. Pop shield wall. A little bit of armor as well with his banner. Looks like he'll actually survive this, but they're down 1 in the fight, and with the objective active, I mean, PFM just dropped back, and that's all they gotta do, B-Chain. 3 items, or 3 turrets and a support. I don't know if there's anything Luxorian can do with the extent of maybe like finding someone split out, but I don't think PFM's going to give them that opportunity.
Yeah, PFM looking like a fresh level 1 character in World of Warcraft right now, is they're running out of bag space. Diablo has to leave the point to come grab this 4th turret. They want to. I don't know why they didn't pick Gazlo. They seem to love these things. Johanna and Varian soaking, is it looks like Luxorian Sun is going to completely give up this point. Zeratul just stunting up here, hitting the Singularity Spike, getting the chase in with Wormhole and Vorpal, But until level 20 comes online, I think Luxorian Sun is going to have a lot of problems trying to defend. And this Protector, in all honesty, I think no matter what you do, is going to get a keep.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're only leaving Stukov back on it. The rest of the team standing forward, potentially looking for this VP. Zeratul's right on top of him. Also in this vent, Garbo and Mudge. There's the VP on 3. Jaina waiting. There it goes. Releases the VP. Damage coming out with the Blizzard. 1, 2. Silence there for 3. Also in the silence is Cassia. See you later. Gonna be a quad kill for PFM, as this is looking like lights out. Objective in their hands and just 2 more %. And with 4 down, likely going to be gained here on Volskaya Foundry.
Pure freaking magic is the combo from PFM. Absolutely great positioning from everybody. Zeratul especially. Cassia bumps into the Zeratul body and doesn't notice the body block, and that ultimately is going to lead to that entire team fight going down. Alarak is going to fall. Swoop not able to do much against this Protector, as the 3-man VP, the entire combo coming through. It's just redonkulous. Like, that was insane. You couldn't have asked for a better VP.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the positioning to stand there in that vent and wait for the perfect moment for Zeratul to pop out of his stealth and drop that. Just perfect way to close out this game for PFM. They're going to take game number 1 over Luxorian Sun, and we're not going to have too much of a break because this is a replay cast. We can jump right into game number 2, but before we get there, we're going to stay here on this screen, and I'm going to try to pull up some of these stats before we go, because we don't get a post-game screen here, of course, with the replays. And of course, my chat is now stuck here. Let's see if we can move this. Maybe I can't.
Unfortunately, PFM,
Here we go.
2 of their heroes in the Protector, they decided to not get out of the Protector and use those items, as they just let them go to waste completely. So if I have anything negative to say, it's that they wasted those items that they worked so hard for.
Yeah, really never finding as many items all game as PFM did. Struggling a lot was Luxorian Sun. They lost their Alarak 7 times, Varian falling 6 times. Their frontline melee damage comboing just not really able to hang in there. Maybe too much melee damage here with the Alarak, the Cassia, the Varian. Just didn't work out. And flipping over on the Talon screen, never reaching level 20. It was a 3-level lead by the end for PFM, taking it 19-6 over Luxorian Sun on Volskaya Foundry. Anything else you want to talk about before we head on to game 2 here, B-Train?
Not really. You said it all pretty much. That melee comp for the most part are short range, having lots of issues with a Zeratul and a Jaina, and as expected, losing a bunch of lives in the process. And the level disadvantage, I think, just overall great draft on the side of PFM.
All right, so we're gonna head on back to our lobby here and load up our second game. Of course, it's a best of 3 set. And our game number 2 appears to be Battlefield of Eternity. Let me triple check. This is not the right replay file. So give me a moment. Let me reach back out to someone from PFM in chat. Or you guys are here. If anyone from PFM is in chat right now, my second replay file is not the right one. I don't think. These players look completely different on the other side. So I'm gonna hang in chat. Hopefully you guys are here listening, tuned in. And if you could, over on Discord, I am Murda, number 1838, or you can find me on the NGS Discord. Just send me that Game 2 replay file, because I appear to have the wrong one here. Let me message Arya as well, because she sent me these replays to start. Game 2 file is wrong. Have the right one. Yeah, I'm seeing, you know, I'll show you what I'm seeing here. You go, chat. So I'm seeing different players here for game 2. Primal Hunt, Ome 3000, Colton Hall, Rukia, Captain Beefheart. I don't think that's Luxorian's son. Am I wrong? Okay, so we're gonna hang out. Looks like Red in chat right now. Gonna check the replay folder and see if we can get the right one in here. Want to take a short break?
I'm chill. I'm chilling right now. We're waiting for this next match. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I want to see some more VP combos.
Let's take a short 2-minute break, guys. We'll be right back. We're gonna get this replay all figured out, and we'll be back. Game 2 is gonna happen, so just hang tight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. More Heroes of the Storm action in just a minute. Alright, and as promised, we are back. I have the replay file from Red. Thank you so much for hanging with us and getting that to me quickly. So we're going to be heading into game number 2. Looks like it is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. Our teams appear to have swapped sides, so keep an eye on that, because PFM this time, I think, is showing as blue. Luxorian Sun will be red, so I swapped my overlay for that. I'm in the lobby now with B-Train. B-Train, are you ready to go, my friend?
I'm locked and loaded.
Alright, I'm gonna launch it, and hopefully we have this set up correctly with our team size. But at least I know for a fact we have the right replay file, and indeed I do have these right. Left will be PFM here for game number 2. On the right-hand side will be Luxorian Sun. And this is an all-orc comp from Luxon. 5 orcs entering Battlefield of Eternity. Thoughts on that, B-Train?
I'm hyped. Honestly, they have 2 of my favorite heroes in the game in the Gul'dan and the Samuro. I am a Gul'dan main, so I will be looking at your talents very in-depth, I promise.
So let's introduce these teams. On the left-hand side in blue, we got Darabo on Raynor, the stroke playing Diablo. Arya playing Stukov yet again, a support she's becoming very comfortable on here in NGS. Mudge up top on the Canis, and up in the sky, I wish I could read your name, but I can't. It's Zerisk on Medivh. They are PFM.
And on the right, going up to the solo lane on the Blade Master, Swoopster, rockin' Samuro, Graves Crawler on the Gul'dan, Little Bex on Rhaegar, Luxatulan on the Thrall, and Fatal Rampage on the War Chief Garrosh.
Alright, they said it in chat, but you gotta give me your best impression, Loktar Ogar. You got one for me?
Oh, no. You go first. This is your stream. I'm Ko.
Loktar Ogar!
Ooh, that's pretty decent. I'll let... Okay. Oh, they had a pause. Alright, that's what it is. Alright, so I think we need to let chat rate yours first, and then I'll go.
Okay.
we'll let chat get some ratings in while we look at these talents, as we do have Crash Lightning from Thrall.
Most notably, of course, amateur opponent Arcanus, gonna get value in the race here. We're gonna lose a bit having Medivh, a hero who's horrible at racing. Not getting resets on his Q unless he hits an enemy hero. So picking up the Raynor, also going for Exterminator at level 1 will help, and having the amateur opponent as well. 2 talents that are specifically made for a map like Battlefield Eternity.
Yeah, incredible race. I've seen that Exterminator talent get a lot of value, as we have Feast on Fear from the Diablo again. And on this map, it'll get you a little bit of value. More so, I think, than on Volskaya, but nonetheless, I think that as Thrall is going to fall bot lane, I missed that. I was actually checking the top lane to see Artanis rotating up to the camp. So, good pick off here. Samuro's going to have a hard time against the Artanis, as he doesn't have a lot of health regen and stuff like that. And so, he's ultimately going to have to just wait for Artanis to take those camps. And so, I want to see the Artanis push up that top lane a decent amount.
So, B-Train, the other thing we haven't talked about yet, we saw game 1, it was VP, and it was the Ring of Frost. This time, changing around the pieces, but sticking with a similar game plan perhaps. They have the Leyline Seal and the APOC. Is this combination just as strong, and if so, do you have faith that PFM is able to pull off such a combination 2 games in a row?
Leyline APOC was a staple for a while, but I look at their comp. Leyline APOC has great CC, great zone control. I just don't know if the same damage is there like you have with a ring and then just the cleave from Zeratul. So I don't know if it's gonna have the same effect, but if they can nail the combo, it should definitely secure a team fight or 2 for them.
Both teams grabbing their bruiser camps right before this Immortal phase was announced. We do have a level lead right now, about a half level for PFM, as they're the only team with the kill to this point in the game. Almost 3 minutes in, Diablo charging in on Garrosh, but Fatal Rampage costing him right back out. Now Portal being dropped aggressively by Zerisk, looking to stick on top of Garrosh, but now they gotta get out. That Portal expiring, and too much defense there in response by Luxorian Sun.
So Samuro going into an interesting build here, going into Way of the Blade, which I believe did receive buffs here recently, as Way of Illusion, the quest it won, has been nerfed a couple times, and they elected to just buff the other talents instead of nerfing them. And then going into Deflection to get physical armor against the 2 hard-hitting auto attackers from PFM. So looking to get a lot of value there, as Thrall still sits on only 4 stacks of Crash Lightning. Raynor gonna get tossed in, instantly hit by the Thrall Wolf, and Darabo falling to the Smork Horde, taking a kill there. And with this 5v4 and a lot of your sustained damage and race down, they look to make a move onto the Immortals. Fatal Rampage gonna get hit by the Immortal stun, gonna get wallbanged, and then Flip taking lots of damage. The rest of his team is focusing only on the Immortal. Pops the Indomitable, sitting at 240 health, sitting on 46 armor, but is going to fall after the Artanis swap. Swipes him into that Stukov Arnold Schwarzenegger arm, getting the huge fist damage.
So, B-Train, you know what Indomitable doesn't stop are body blocks, keeping him right where he was, finding Garrosh, then getting some Moro. And B-Train, I gotta tell you, chat, they told me I got an 8 on my Lotaro Gar, man. It's your turn now. You gotta hold up your end of the bargain.
Ooh, 8. Oh man, I don't know if I can compete with that, but all right, I guess I have to do it for the people. So for the Horde players out there, one time, this is one time only, your boy B-Train tuning in as the Blue Immortal goes over and the Smork Squad down. It's time to rally, Horde troops. Loktar Ogar!
Yeah, baby, let's go. Almost level 7 here for PFM. They do get that Immortal. Throw your votes in chat for how B-Train did on his Lokaro Gar. Is he the champion? Or do you want to give it to Murda? You guys decide. I think it was pretty close. You know what? I'll give it a tie. Just so we have some fun. Keep it fair and fun. Keep it light. But with his Immortal, he's not keeping it light up top. Medivh dropping a portal. Half of it at least. Portal Mastery at 1 was the option. So maybe dropping the other half to help Diablo get out. Didn't really need it. The stroke gonna survive. Immortal still has a bit of shielding, pushing through this top wall as PFM look for some kills.
Yeah, baby portal over the gate, looking like he grabbed it from the baby gap, gets Diablo to safety regardless, and another aggressive portal comes in as the 4-man move in, the communication on point for PFM. Fatal Rampage still alive as the Raven Familiar is not going to get enough value. Gul'dan does end up falling first as that is a lot of the range damage. Fatal Rampage is 50 HP, gonna get gunned down and put some pepper on it. That juice is cooked.
7 kills in this game, and believe it or not, it's Arya with 3 of them right now playing Stukov. They still have an Immortal. They're still top lane. 6 seconds till Garrosh respawns. So siege time on this top key from PFM. They have themselves a full level lead. Even gonna kill some Muro down bottom apparently. Completely missed that. Mudge sitting at 185 health, getting some shield value I can assume. Continuing now 6-1 in favor of PFM. Lights out, lights out, lights out right now for them.
Yeah, I was actually watching that Samuro fight down there, and that 100% was won by Artanis because Burning Blade was picked instead of Phantom Pain. That 100%, that's the talent difference. Phantom Pain, better for single target damage. Burning Blade taken for the wave clear, I presume. So yeah, that shield got so much value as Artanis was at just, you know, a couple of hit points and they got like that 400 or 500 point shield and win the duel.
Almost level 10 our PFM. They just got a Khazra camp up top. They're going to keep Artanis to escort there. Down bottom, a push coming out and an attempted kill on Diablo. Not going to secure it though. Our Luxorian son now stepping up almost level 10 and watch these talents click in very quickly. Leyline Seal potentially the pick here from Medivh and might be a snap throw out as well. Here it is, level 10s. Eyes on the Raven in the sky because that's really the main engagement tool that PFM is going to want to use as our Immortal Phase number 2 has just been announced.
Lightning Breath.
Lightning Breath. Polybomb.
And Polybomb.
Not what I was expecting. Completely not what I was expecting. Not after what we saw in Game 1 worked so effectively, especially at the end with the VP, the Ring of Frost. The opportunity to pull out something similar, not doing it. They are finding some Muros. Future popping into stealth, and he hops right on out with clone. Surviving for now, our Luxorian son and PFM with level 10s are staying aggressive, invading now a Bruiser camp. They're going to keep this top lane occupied during this objective phase.
With Thrall and with Samuro, do we see Bloodlust?
I'd love to. I think it makes sense. The Samuro is going to get a lot of value from it. The Thrall will get enough value from it. Of course, Earth and Shields at 20 if they go Earthquake. They're going to go Sunder instead, so, and the Ancestral. So our dream is not going to happen, B-Train.
2 dreams killed with the swift stroke of 10.
We tried to rationalize it, but like, I guess they didn't want to.
Sunder and Horrify, and Taunt for that matter, are all great for portal control. So you really got to be careful if you're sending 4 members through a portal and then, you know, you get yeeted on by a 4-man's warlord. That's going to be sad face.
Big yeets, if it can happen from a Garrosh. I did want to note there the Rainer's Raider was just killed at the start of this, so a little bit less damage right now for PFM. They're going to take the fight anyway, it appears. Still a pop that Bruiser camp pushing. The fight's breaking loose. Artanis throwing out his blind, and that's going to get value hitting 4 members. big lightning breath, but ancestral healing gonna bring Garrosh back up to a reasonable amount of health. Backside, it's Gul'dan surviving up against Medivh, but Xera's still staying in here, gets 1 and 2, still looking to get another kill. Gul'dan's low, and Medivh's gonna be able to finish him off. 3 kills, a triple for PFM, now 4. Swoopster, the only one still alive on Samuro. Can they finish him off? Yes, they will. A full 5-man team wipe for PFM. The mega kills in and looking like they're going to get their second Immortal of the game.
A great engage, and the Sunder and the Horrify were good. The timing on the CC, not stacking them, was fantastic. But the positioning was unfortunate as they were split off by the Immortal, and the Sunder knocked the members below the wall. So they were really hard-pressed to get that follow-up damage as Medivh was just playing games in the backline. And quickly we see the Immortal engage the walk-in onto Thrall. They're going to get the throw on Stukov at the wall. He's going to hit the massive shove into the cheap seats. His Fatal Rampage is out, and the Polybomb is going to hit a Samuro clone.
That extra range on Rainer's Raider right now is going to chase Garrosh for a while. They're even going to use a portal trying to get him. Swap gonna miss, but I do want to mention Mudge with quite the swap at the start of this fight up against Thrall, which was enough to kill him. And with this Immortal now showing up full shield, featuring this is a keep, especially with Gul'dan poking his neck out. Grave Crawler down immediately.
Gul'dan crawled right to the grave, walking through that Stukov silence out of that portal. Diablo gonna go in through the portal, dropping the Unstoppable with the Lightning Breath, getting lots of value. The swap is gonna come through onto Thrall, who's gonna turn around and get the Sunder. Not gonna get a lot of value as both tanks are still stuck really far forward. Diablo charging in super deep. Ancestral used within your own spawn to save Thrall. Mudge super deep, gonna get the protected from Medivh. Hashtag fair and balanced as Mudge does survive. The Samuro's gonna fall in the backline to Raynor. And with this Immortal still being full health, they're pushing extremely far forward. Diablo playing in the spawn, zoning 4 members, the portal control from the Groundbreaker. Silence coming through to zone the damage coming out of the spawn as Thrall's going to get hit by the knockup, and that looks like this is going to be the end of game 2. Horrified not even going to get value as GG, the core hits 0.
What a set for PFM. Quick work on Battlefield of Eternity. 11 minutes and 57 seconds on my replay timer. I think you subtract 30 for the start there, maybe a little more than 30. So ultimately a very quick game, only getting to level 14. They pick up more kills than levels here, B-Train.
Yeah, that was wild. And I was reading the chat, and it looks like there might have been a bot for the side of Luxorian Sun. Not quite sure. Would have to probably ask one of the players. But nonetheless, yeah, absolutely. You know, 15 kills, 14 levels. That game was aggressive.
Yeah, really good. I didn't see the message about the bot. But if that's the case, very unfortunate for Luxorian Sun. As it looked to me like they had plenty of opportunities, especially map 1, to win. Map 2 is a completely different story. Bringing out a meme comp with all the orcs and not getting the W just kind of feels orc man. But last night I was casting Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, and let's see what map it was. It was Towers of Doom. Wait, no, I lied. Wait, where was this? Was it game 1? Oh, no, sorry. It was game 1, Volskaya Foundry. They drafted Garrosh, Thrall, Gul'dan, and then Carv and I are sitting there waiting for their final 2 picks. And we're like, this has to be the full orc comp. They wouldn't have picked all these up front. And we're like, it's going to be Rexxar because Rexxar's so strong right now. Maybe would have liked to have seen Rexxar involved in this Luxorian Sun draft. But we didn't get the Rhaegar, we didn't get the Rexxar last night. And I'm so happy we got to see a full orc comp tonight to make up for it.
Yeah, full orc comps, themed comps are always fun, as sometimes, you know, you see, like, teams go all ice or they go all fire, but my personal favorite is full smork.
Oh, I didn't even notice popping in here. We do have Arya from PFM, also the manager of Regen, which I mentioned before, but, you know, that part doesn't matter. Red, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm awake at 1:18 a.m. But I'm good. I have to apologize to you, PFM, Luxorian Sun, if you're tuned in. B-Train again. Sorry for missing that before. Totally out of character for me. But I'm really glad we at least got to watch you here tonight.
Yeah, we were just worried about you, so glad everything's okay and you got some extra beauty sleep.
I was as safe as possible at home in my bed, like head on pillow. Blame my alarm, which apparently I can sleep through. I'm like, I could probably sleep through like a subway train riding past my bed. But
Time for
anyway,
a new alarm.
exactly. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we got to cast this in, and I'm glad to see PFM playing really well tonight. Both games on Stukov. I know this is your favorite support. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
He's actually not.
it's your most played at least. Like if you look at like Arya and the support she's played, at least from what I've seen, Stukov's always up there. Like, am I crazy?
You are crazy. Rhaegar is my most played at level 150.
Well, okay, we know that. But NGS, talking NGS, you're not playing as much Rhaegar as you are Stukov, right?
Not yet, but
Not yet. All right,
hold
that's
on
fair.
to it.
That's fair. So PFM, a team that participated last season, Division A West. That's correct, right?
B West.
B. Oh,
We
it was
moved
B. Why did I think
Yep.
it was A? Okay, so
Unsure.
No, another thing I was wrong about during this cast, but you step up this season, Division A. It's a big kind of cross coast division. Is any of this a concern to you? You're an East Coast player. You're playing with a West Coast team. Seem to not care, but is anyone else on your team perhaps a bit worried about playing against some teams that don't fit as nicely into that West Coast time slot?
Actually, West Coast is better for most of us. This is a military-based team, and we all have very unwell schedules.
Mm-hmm.
So later tends to be better for us.
That's solid. I mean, tonight's match, a 9 p.m. kickoff, of course, against Luxorian Sun, a team last season that participated, I believe, in the Storm Division. Fall back
Correct.
this season to Division A. Obviously, we've seen the outcome, but were there nerves involved heading into tonight? Were you guys thinking this is a team that's going to be solid in our division? But it looked like overall it was all PFM, so it didn't seem like too much worry was there, but was there any?
I think anytime you walk in underestimating someone, you are opening yourself up to failure. So we gave them the respect. You didn't get to see the bands and things, but we knew that it was going to be hard work no matter what we did. So we brought our...
Awesome. B-Train, you got to watch both these games here tonight, and we talked a bit. Game 1, we saw a lot of melee come out from Asmo Carry. What other thoughts do we have Game 1 before we start talking more about Game 2 here?
So, not a lot of melee from Asmo Carry. The melee was
All right,
from
wait, sorry, I
Luxorian
said
Sun.
Asmo Carry because I have it written in my book. I meant Luxorian Sun. Long night. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, but thoughts on the Game 1 draft? Like, obviously, I know from my last cast on Luxorian that they had Alarak banned against them, and you guys said you gave them their due with respect bans and stuff like that. But was as far as like your drafting, don't give up too many secrets. But you guys nailed that ring combo there at the end with the VP, and obviously it takes a lot of practice, and you guys seemed really comfortable with it. And so, curious into that, was that a result of their more melee-centered draft, or is that something you guys kind of intended to go with regardless?
So we enjoy wombo combos and the opportunities they have, but our draft was completely in response to their too heavy of a front.
Okay, yeah, I think the Sonya probably came late in the draft if I had to guess, getting the Sonya value up against the melee. I mean, overall, yeah, talking B-Train saying that final VP, that final ring, was so patiently played, just waiting in the vent for it to come in, and that's all you needed. But Game 2, and I know you were watching the cast, so you probably heard us talking about it. Why not take the Leyline APOC instead going for the Lightning Breath and Polybomb?
So Polybomb was more a response to Samaru and the opportunities that has to spread. And we also wanted to change it up a little bit. We all need to work on different things, and if we're comfortable with something, why not try something different?
Perfect answer. The Samuro makes sense. Extra value. I actually saw that last night, a Polybomb into a Samuro that got some, or maybe it was 2 nights ago. But yeah, it gets a lot of value because Sam can't control those clones when he's all Polybomb. So really cool work. It was so fast on Battlefield of Eternity. It seemed like just a minute went by. In the moment of the game, was it like full pedal to the metal, or was it kind of play patient and wait till we get some of these heroic talents online? It never seemed like you guys let off the gas on BOE.
Once we got Medivh stacked, it's just 0 to 5.
Yeah.
And things were going in the right direction for us, and you have to, if you have a little bit of ground, you gotta if you give them a chance, they'll take it back. So we were working.
It was definitely exciting to watch. B-Train, anything game 2 other than the complete stomp that it was, 15-2, level 14-11? Anything else that stood out to you that you want to chat about here?
Honestly, like, I don't have like questions about the gameplay. I mean, we saw what happened. You guys just kind of ran the show. One thing, as a Medivh player myself, and I have my Medivh games with my team. Personally, I hate for those games to be shown because you guys played so well with it. The communication's on point. A portal goes down, there's zero hesitation. The trust is there, the follow through's there, and that's how you get the most value out of Medivh. And you guys did great with that. So from what I saw tonight, you guys have 2 wombo combos that can pretty much run into anything, or not 2 wombo combos, but like 2 styles of drafts that are just extremely hard to counter. And like they even had like Sunder and Warlords to counter that, and you guys still just excelled with the Medivh comp. And my only question, I guess, for it is, how much practice do you guys have with that hero in that style of play that makes you feel so comfortable?
There's a difference between practice and trust, and you guys saw Zarisk is very capable, and on anything we put him on, him and Darbo, I just have no words for. The skill that they have is nauseating to play alongside of them. But when Zarisk puts a portal down, you go. 0 questions.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I tell my team.
I want to say a specific shout out to those 2, Zarisk and Darabo, also Mudge Dude in chat. All 3 throwing down those follows. I thank you for stopping in, hanging out during this replay cast. Maybe throwing a bit of a spoiler knowing PFM was the team watching and not Luxorian Sun, but nonetheless, I'm so happy we got to cast this. Huge apology for missing it earlier, and maybe I'll try to make it up to you guys later on this season. But before we go, Red, it's standard practice that I give you opportunity for last words and shout-outs. The microphone space is yours.
Sure. Thank you both for casting this early morning. And a big shout-out to Camille, our team coach. And also, of course, to my guys. You're all amazing, showing up every time I ask you to, no matter what I ask you to. And lastly, a shout-out to MGL, Military Gaming League, that brought us all together. Thank you.
I had no idea Camille was coaching for you guys. That's awesome. Shout out.
He has been a coach for 2 seasons now.
Nice. Oh, so he was with you last season too. I didn't even know.
He was.
Interesting. Former Regen Black Grand Champion of last season Heroic Division, and linking up with Red, do a little managing for him. So I guess returning the favor and coaching your own team. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Camille. Definitely. Throw him a follow too if you're over on Twitch. I think it's twitch.tv/Camille, Cameel, a great guy and a good friend. But here we are at the end of the night. B-Train, this line has reached the end. How you feeling after all 5 of those maps?
Oh, fantastic. It's only 9:30 p.m. for me, so I'm about to go get some games in myself. All
right, let them know one more time where they can find you before we sign off here, man.
All right, for me, everything's simple. Btrain704, no spaces. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, it's all the same. So if you guys ever want to see some bomb commentary and some outstanding Chen play, head on over.
Gazlo too, right? Or is that a secret?
Nah, no Moss Gazlo. They killed my boy with the last rework.
All right, guys, and I'm Murda. You can find me over on Twitter at MurdaRG. Of course, here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Over on YouTube, search for MurdaRG. You'll find me there. I need some subscriptions, so hit subscribe there. That's important for me. And again, one more shout out, Red, for joining us for this interview. Apologies for the final time. B-Train, again, thank you, and sorry again for you. You guys rock. I love you. And until next time, I'm just little old Murda here in South Carolina casting some Heroes of the Storm. I'll see y'all in the Nexus.